Last week we explored the mother archetypes causing the mother wound. Today we explore the first of the three main child archetypes of the mother wound that we may carry as adult children, the good child. This is a great video for journaling, as I will ask some reflective questions. Find out which archetype you most resonate with based on the characteristics I will explain after a short introduction. Hi, it's Monika, your intuitive trauma transformation coach, who helps you face and successfully navigate through the storms of life, guiding you through a most powerful self-healing process and teaching you all the mindfulness tools you need to embark on your journey to your core self and create the life you've always envisioned. The mother wound refers to the emotional trauma or challenges that can arise from an individual's relationship with their mother. It is essential to recognize that this wound is not the result of deliberate harm. Instead, it often stems from various factors, including a mother's unresolved issues, cultural and generational patterns and trauma, or attachment issues like specific behaviors such as neglect or overprotection. The impact of the mother wound can be profound, affecting an individual's self-esteem, emotional regulation, and relationship patterns. In summary, the mother wound encompasses the emotional pain and trauma experienced due to the dynamics with the mother during upbringing. It can have lasting effects on well-being and relationships. Healing from this wound involves understanding its origins and seeking support to address its impact. Before we explore the archetypes, or the first archetype, please quickly click on subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and hit the bell as well. Thank you. Please let me know in the comments box below how you liked the video and if you recognized your mother wound child archetype. If you are in a hurry, please leave me an emoji. Thanks so much for your support. The mother wound isn't something we need to avoid or feel shame about. It's a doorway to our full power and potential. And remember, all of us have elements of every one of these archetypes, but we tend to be dominant in only one of them. Let's have a look at the good child archetype. Are you a sensitive, empathetic, compassionate, and perceptive person? Have you felt a sense of leadership and responsibility from an early age on as an only child or the oldest child in your family? Do you struggle with shame, overwhelm, exhaustion, and with not feeling seen and heard in your relationships as an adult? Do these dynamics with your mother during your upbringing sound familiar? Has your mother depended upon you, which made you feel special and important? Have you been rewarded for being mature, independent, and self-sufficient as a child? However, when you needed emotional support or reached out for help? Has your mother been emotionally distant, distracted, dismissive of your feelings, or gave you the silent treatment? Although this was very painful, did it spur you on to try harder and to please her even more, to get her approval, which always seemed out of reach? Have you felt like you had to be strong and hide your pain behind a smile? Did you feel invisible, more like an object, a doll, or a toy than a real person? Did you suffer the pain of not being loved for who you are in your uniqueness and authenticity? Did you lack a feeling of belonging? And do these emotions linger on into adulthood when you still long for a closer and deeper or more authentic relationship with your mother, but sense there are still certain topics or things you can't talk about, and you notice that it doesn't feel comfortable being your true self with her? In certain moments, do you feel your mother's jealousy or hostility towards you? Does she only praise you in ways that are focused on the surface, on performance, image, status, or achievements? Does your mother show strong beliefs and be somewhat petty or gossipy, staying on the surface of life and not going too deep, which you may find frustrating and sad? Just reflect on the symptoms of how the mother wound manifests for the good child. One symptom is overfunctioning. Do you often feel emotionally exhausted? Do you have difficulty setting boundaries, speaking your truth, or asking for what you really want? Do you feel anger or resentment about not being appreciated or reciprocated? Do you compare yourself with other people and strive for external validation to feel loved? Do you struggle with overeating, overspending, or under-earning? Do you attract under-functioning friends and partners who rely a little bit too much on you? Do you settle for less than you deserve, accepting crumbs of approval? Do you feel like you must strive and work hard to feel worthy? Do you desire to be more authentic with others, but fearing that others may reject you in response? Now, imagine the benefits after healing your mother wound. How would your life change if you raised your standards for relationships and no longer tolerated lopsided relationships that drain you? How would your life change if you had the courage to set your boundaries respectfully and directly without guilt? How would your well-being benefit if you listened to your needs and honored your limits without guilt? How would you feel if you dared speak your truth, even if it offended the crowd? How would areas of your life change if you could calmly stand your ground in the face of other people who do not understand or criticize you? Wouldn't you feel liberated to be creative, free, and uninhibited, no longer settling for crumbs of attention or lack of respect? Wouldn't you have more time and energy for yourself, more rest, relaxation, and nourishing solitude? So you may ask, how do we heal the mother wound? As I promised last week, we will talk about it after explaining the 3 different archetypes. Next week, we'll talk about the rebel archetype, and the week after about the healing process, which is general, the same for all mother wounds. Stay tuned. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. Peace begins with me. And remember, you deserve to break free and live your magic every day. Bye for now.